Well, I'm Pierre Blanchet. I'm president and general manager of the MAA. Done sport all my life, and I got lucky to be involved in such a great institution. I mean, that could be a long answer, but because I've been in the industry for about 40 years, and if that's excluding my studies in phys ed, so I've always been involved in sports. And I would say from the beginning, training was mostly oriented towards sports, and later on it became a bit more mainstream. Here, at least in Quebec, there was some company called Nautilus Plus that started to have chains, and I think that development promoted sports or fitness a little more than it was in the past. And the MAA was always around, and initially it was really as an institution that promoted elite sport, like the club won, the first Stanley Cup, the first Grey Cup, the many Olympic medals. And thereafter, in the 60s, it changed more into a social club, and sport was left aside, and squash probably was predominant, but not too many other sports were there. And now we see with the growth of all little studios, like yoga was very popular, spinning was very popular, and now you have like companies like Peloton who do mainstream sort of home exercise. So the industry has diversified so much compared to before. If you wanted to do exercise before, you always had the chance to go outside and do whatever you want, or you went into some kind of a club. And the multi-purpose club like we have are rare because it's obviously square footage cost a lot, and we have like over 80,000 square feet, so it's a lot of activities you can have, like badminton, basketball, and all the other sports, including the regular physical activity. But most other sports were catered mostly to, say dumbbells and machines. But now, with the inception of all the studios, everything has become a little more specialized. Like you have the HIIT studio, you have the yoga studio, you have the spinning studio, and like I said, like Peloton that does exercise at home, and that has done very well as well financially, and it's a very good model that the club are all suffering for. And obviously you have all the wearables now that is sort of the number one fitness trends that we have to be aware of and include in our program so that people tend to use those. So the industry has evolved tremendously, and it's still evolving almost, and it makes it difficult for a club business to operate because now it's so diversified, as opposed to before someone would open a club in a good region with density that's high enough to sustain it, and then you would make a living. But now you have to make different programs. You have to sell an experience a lot more than what you had to do before, and you have to have many different possibilities for members to exercise.